So we are doing 2A.3 solving by quadratic formulas. Now I've already kind of shown you how briefly to do quadratic formulas, but I guess this is a detailed how to. So here it goes. So you got your ax squared plus bx plus c, and this is the quadratic formula you always use. So all you have to do is identify your a, b, c, and then substitute your answers, and then write it in the simplest form you can. So that's what we will do. So our first equation, I'll just write it down again. We always need to make sure, something you do need to make sure is that it's all on one side and then it says it equals 0 on the other side. So all I need to do is notice that the a is a coefficient for x squared. So over here there actually is a number there, it's just invisible because there's no need to write it, it's just 1. So I can identify that a is number 1, and then b is the coefficient for the term x. So we can notice that it's actually minus 2. And then your c is the constant term without any x, which is minus 6. So once you identify, you write them down. Make sure you write the minuses down if it has a minus. Then all you have to do is write your quadratic formula. So I'm just going to start by writing down the formula, so it's easier to substitute it straight away. I always like to kind of write it in front of me again so I can have a look at it and not get confused. So all I have to do is now just substitute numbers. So minus b, so I write a minus and then a minus 2, so I'll change that next line, but I can leave it like that for now. And then I've got a minus 2 squared, minus 4, 1, minus 6, and then 2 times 1. So all I have to do is simplify this. You can put it in your calculator, however, if you're given this in the non-calculator section, you probably should know how to do it. So minus 2 turns into a positive 2. Minus 2 squared in brackets turns into a positive 4. And then minus 4 times 1 times minus 6 is plus 24 divided by 2. So I get 2 plus or minus 28 divided by 2. Now this is your answer, but it isn't simplified. What that means is you need to make sure this is in the kind of smallest fraction. So what I would do, if it is in the calculator section, if you just chuck that in, if you even just chuck that in, it should give you the simplest form always. But if you're in the non-calculator section, you basically need to know how to simplify surds. Okay, so if that's something you might need to do a little bit more research on, watch more YouTube videos on, please do so. So basically, square root 28, I need to be able to divide by 2. So if I have a think about it, square root 28 can be written in different forms. It can be written as, 2 times, using factors, 2, so that's 4 times 7. So 2 times 2 times 7 is 4 times 7, which is 28. So I can write it in different factors, and the easiest way to do this is kind of figuring out your factor trees. So 4 times 7, 7 is a prime number, so I stop there, but however 4 can be divided into 2. So these are the factors that correlate to that. So once I split it into factors, I should be able to go, oh, okay, so write it as 2 squared times 7. And using kind of some rules, I can actually split it up into surds. And then you can notice that square root and square are inverse of each other, meaning opposite of each other. So the 2 actually just comes out of the square root, and you get 2 times square root 7. So that is equal to, if I use different colors, that is a simplified form of square root 28. So I'm going to replace that using over here. So maybe I'll squeeze it over here. So I'll squeeze it over here. So you get 2 plus or minus 2 square root 7 divided by 2. Now, as you can see, it's divided by 2, so I can apply that to every factor. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, plus or minus, and then the 2 goes away, so I just get square root 7. And that is my simplified answer. Let's have a go at B. So same thing again, noticing my A, B, and C is first step. So write it down. A is 2, B is 3, and then C is minus 6. Again, I'm going to write my quadratic formula. So x equals minus b plus or minus. If you write it enough time, you will remember it. You won't even need to look at your note sheet and waste time. And then all I got to do is substitute b squared. Always write squareds and stuff in brackets just so you don't muck it up if there is a negative. Because if you put it in the calculator wrong, it'll give you the wrong answer. Alright, so you can literally just chuck that in the calculator. If it's in the calculator section, then it will simplify it for you, make your life easier. However, I'm going to show you how to do it using algebra because you should be able to. So that's 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 6, 48. Alright, let's keep going. Let's see what we got. 57. Now this one I don't think you can simplify any further. So I reckon you can leave it. Maybe I'll just quickly have a look. So that is your plus or minus answer. Yep, so -3 plus or minus 57, 4, all done. So you should be able to now do all of these questions from 2A.3. Done.